Hi, everybody. I hope you are doing well. I'm Afefe with Touch by Tarot. Soon to be something else. I'm going to make an announcement. I told you I'm going to be doing some rebranding this year because tarot is not all that I do. It is one of my favorite tools. I think always will be, pretty safe to say. But as many of us are, on our spiritual path, trying to grow, trying to evolve, heal, etc., manifest, and that's going to be the topic today. We do need to utilize all of the tools at our disposal, whether it's, meditation, whether it's something that leans more into the magical arts, the psychic arts, etc. And so tarot and oracles are a part of that, but they don't encompass everything, and certainly not in my practice. So I'm going to be sharing some more stuff with you all. I hope you're ready. Buckle up. I really appreciate so many of you who have sent me emails or left comments down below that you're looking forward to it. I had somebody saying they were, sitting, shaking in their, not shaking, but kind of shivering in their seats, anticipation to see some things that I'm going to come up with, because I do have a very interesting and varied spiritual background. It has made me who I am today. It has increased my faith, tenfold, in knowing that we are mind, body, and spirit. We have a very dynamic relationship with spirit, with the spiritual realm, however you identify that. So I think that it is incumbent upon us, especially in the times that we're living in, to be able to tap into our own resources and empower ourselves, become empowered, do what it takes to live better and live on purpose, and therefore perhaps create a better environment for the collective. All right, that said, today we have a new moon. I want to talk about this new moon that we have in Capricorn. I did a pick a card reading on that, but this specific video is about new moons in general. And when we have a new moon, it is a beautiful time to set our intentions. New moon, what we're calling in, what our goals are, our aspirations, very tied to this first new moon for 2024, which comes in Capricorn. Very much about our goals, our ambitions, getting it done, being very focused, being very intentional about what our goals are, the steps that it will take. What does the goat do, Capricorn? The goat, they climb step by step, persevere, never stop, right? Never stop. So that's what a lot of the energy around this new moon is. But in general, new moons are always about setting our intention, taking stock of where we are, taking stock of what we are doing to manifest those intentions and those goals. And that, you all, is where magic and spell work comes in. And I want to talk to you a little bit today to demystify what I think, spell work already gets people, don't know about that, pump the brakes, because there's so much, so many negative connotations related to spell work and the idea even of what it even is and why we should even do it. All right. So what I want to do today is suggest to you all that on some level, many of you are already doing spell work, but it's been called a different thing, or you've been going about it a different way. When we talk about manifestation, very often we talk about visualizing. We talk about, the law of attraction. We talk about exercises that we do to see ourselves or evoke a feeling that we already have, that thing or that situation that we want to manifest in our lives. We are attracting it to us because we align our vibration with what we're attracting. So if we want a new relationship, a new job, better finances, better health, we align ourselves, we see ourselves as in love, as healthy and healed, as prosperous, as being successful in business, etc. We align ourselves with that energy, and therefore the universe says, oh, okay, I hear you, I feel you. So they'll send that these things and circumstances and people to us to help agree with us. And then, we go, wait a minute, there's something to it. This works. One of the things that I will tell you all, I tried it for the very first time, like in earnest last year, was to create a vision board. And without going into all the details, I just wanted to show you, like, I really did put my all into it. This was for 2023. I did this a year ago, January 2023. You see, there's like, it's a collage. It's some of everything on there. But all of these things on some level, I kid you not, manifested for me in 2023. And I was like, whoa, so I'm going to do a vision board in 2024. I don't know if I'm going to add to this one or reconfigure it, but the point is, I even realized that, for all the years that I've been doing spiritual practice, I had never done a vision board before. And so I took the time, these are all like clippings from magazines, symbols, different things. I did a workshop. It was an online workshop. I think she may be doing it again with Colette Baron Reed. But there are many people out there who talk about vision boards. There's a ton of information that you can find even here on YouTube, etc. But the idea is you know what it is that you want, and then you give yourself visuals and words and affirmations that align with that energy, and therefore it helps attract it to you. Now, that's all beautiful. But if I had just done this nice board, and I put a lot of work into this, if I had just done my vision board and set it in a corner and never thought about it again, then the ability to actually manifest a lot of what I was calling for on there, chances are it would have been delayed, if it even came at all. We have to remember, when we are doing manifestation, when we're talking about our goals, it's more, you all, than it's a discipline. It's more than just in the moment, being in the now and having a vibe and feeling juiced up. And so we sit and in earnest, we may even cry a few tears while we're journaling, because we mean it, we want it, we're sincere, and we're earnest. And then sometimes we get frustrated when, a month goes by, 6 weeks, 2 months, half a year, whatever, and those things have not yet come to pass. And then we get frustrated. We think either it's something wrong with us, we did it the wrong way, we're not really as connected to our guides as we think we are. I can't tell you how many readings I do for some of you who do feel sort of disconnected or disappointed. And what I suggest is, spirituality is a discipline. This work, this path is a discipline. And so when you are doing manifestation work, especially new moon or otherwise, just in general, it's important to always back up action, consistent action with what it is that you're going for. So for instance, a lot of what was happening in my vision board for 2023 has a lot to do with my work as a spiritualist. I'm trying to grow. I thank so many of you for supporting me and spreading the word about my channel. This is absolutely what I feel is my purpose. I light up inside. My soul lights up whenever I connect with you. So I know this is what I want to do. But if I don't, if I do this video and I don't get more than 10 likes, does that mean that I didn't do a good job? Does that mean that I'm supposed to walk away from it? No, it means that maybe it was the algorithm, or maybe there was some way that I should have, tweaked it to reach a broader audience. But by all means, you have to stick with that thing that you really feel is calling you. That is a part of the art of manifestation. It is not just flip a switch, think it, see it, visualize it. Even in the law of attraction techniques, there is a process that we have to go through. And that, you all, leads me to the topic of spell work. In a sense, when you do a vision board, it is a form of spell work. When you do anything, when you set an intention is saying, I want this or that to manifest, to become a part of my reality. And in spell work, there are things that you do, there are actions that you take to help effectuate and bring into existence that thing that you have written about, visualized, meditated on, all right? It is an active process. I will say, I've said it before and I will say it again. Part of the reason that I think spell work has gotten a bad rap is because we associate it with manipulation. We associate it with doing something to someone to bend them to our will. I'm not going to sit here and look you in your eye and tell you that there are not people, many, many people, in fact, who will use spell work to that end or try and use it to that end. But I will also say that be very, we reap what we sow. And the universe does not miss a beat. Karma does not miss a beat, okay? So when people do things that are meant to influence another person, manipulate a person, do things that may take them off of their natural life path to serve a selfish purpose, it will come back around. And very often it will come back around in ways that are double, triple. Some people use the term tenfold in proportion to the impact that may have been had on or may have taken place with someone else. So don't do it. 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 That said, spell work is a very powerful medium for helping to aid manifestation and intention setting, helping to aid those vision boards and things that you are trying to bring to life. It is where you do a certain thing for a certain outcome. So for instance, I wanted to share with you, a friend of mine gifted me, a Native American, very, very powerful priestess, gifted me a set of candles. And this is one of the candles that she gifted me. I'm going to take the top off so you can see it. And this is to be used in spell work. It is for love, self-love, bringing in more love in my life in general. Many who among us doesn't need that or doesn't want that, right? But what she did was she packed it. So this is a candle and it is packed with you see some rose quartz in there. You see some stars, like actual confetti sort of stars she put in there. You see rose petals. She put some essential oils in there. I wish I could just go and let you smell this. It is divine, you all. I can't wait. I think I'm going to hold this for a special occasion, maybe Valentine's Day. But the idea is with spell work, there are, so for love, rose quartz, rose petals, the star shooting, I love that she put those stars in there, shooting for the stars with some sparkles. You can even see it as I'm moving around, how it just sort of sparkles. So it evokes a mood of love, of health, of healthy love, of, feeling good about what's going to happen before you even light the candle. And so as you light the candle, or as I will light this one, I am focused on self-love first and foremost, because you can't attract to you, or you can attract certain things that ultimately you find out what glitters ain't gold, right? But you want to be conscious of your own, everything starts here. Everything starts here. And so to the extent that in this instance for love, I'm feeling more engaged with myself, good about myself. And then as I set my intentions to have more of that, the spell work, to have more of that in my life, I'm already vibrating at the level that I want it to come match me. Like attracts like, right? So for many people, when you are doing any type of intention that you want to then amp it up and use a little spell work. Very often people associate spell work with just, having to do an incantation, wickety, 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 da, da, da. That's beautiful. If you're called to do that, that is beautiful. But that is not necessary to actually do spell work. Spell work is where you speak into existence and you take the actions to bring something that you want into existence, utilizing the tools that you need. For instance, if I want better, for people who may be suffering from dehydration, just not really getting adequate water, taking care of their body, fluid in their bodies. When then something that you can do, I was sharing this with someone in a reading recently, or I think someone brought to my mind, we called it blessed water, where say you're getting ready to just do an ordinary thing, like drink a glass of water. But part of spell work could be, Spirit, please, as I drink this water, let it nourish my body. Let it nourish my bones, my joints. Let it serve to replenish whatever needs my body has, and bless me through this, that my body is hydrated. My body has all the nutrients that it needs to work in optimal capacity. and then you drink that water. I'm going to go ahead and take a sip having said that. Blessed water. Spell work, right? Now, of course, I don't want to oversimplify. There are spells that are very detailed. There are spells that require, a long period of work. Say someone is facing a serious illness or a divorce or lost a job or some really heavy life-changing event. Then, speaking a few words into a glass of water, taking that sip, probably need a little bit more than that. But you already know that. You get my drift. I just wanted to say I'm not trying to, play footsie with you and oversimplify anything. But what I am trying to do is demystify this notion that spell work is something dark. That dark meaning, negative, dark meaning always manipulative in a way that brings about harm, especially for many of us who have come out of a religious background, a church, background, brought up in church, or a lot of formal religion, where any mention of something like that, of magic or spell work, can be like, oh, you are in trouble, right? But there is a beauty to it. There is. And I think when it comes to some of the things that feel more socially acceptable to us, when we talk about manifestation, ooh, that lights us up. But if you say spell, in connection with that, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. The two can go hand in hand. And in fact, I would say that if you use them hand in hand, if you are thoughtful about it, if you want, better health, and you are in the process of doing a fitness regimen, that could be a part of your spell work, where you intentionally put yourself in a space. You may put on gemstones that are known to aid in energy production, cellular renewal, etc. Those are forms of spell work. They are forms of taking an action with something that is in alignment, an energy that is in alignment with your desire, and letting it go to work for you. All right. More to come, you all. Please, I would love your thoughts. Let me know if you want more of this. And I'm even thinking about doing some lives where I take your questions. I would love, in fact, having said that, give me your questions down in the comments below, or feel free to shoot me an email, touchedbytarot@gmail.com, and give me your questions around this line. I'm going to do more and more of this work. I think it's vital. I think it is empowering. And I think that, it's time for us to sort of, to the extent that we have fears, we're fearful, we're a little trepidatious about broadening our approach to spirituality, then we need to have that discussion, because knowledge is power, and we need to share our knowledge. I certainly am willing to share the knowledge that I have, and I've gleaned over doing this work over 30 years in different modalities, in different ways. So, and it is a beautiful thing. I am here to tell you, am I aware of some of the pitfalls? Have I been exposed to some of the pitfalls? Absolutely, and I'll talk more about that perhaps on some other tapings, and certainly in my memoir, which that is a part of my 2024 goal setting. Is it's time for me to write that book about my path to becoming a priestess. So thank you all again for your time. Thank you for your support. I wish you the absolute best. Get going on those manifestations, especially while we've got this new moon in Capricorn coming on 1/11, by the way, for those of us who are into numerology. So, those ones, beginnings, that fresh start, that knowing that you are capable, having the confidence and the steadfastness, that Capricorn energy. Climb that mountain. Don't look down, because you're not headed that way. You're headed up. You're headed towards your goals. Take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.